one more game tonight. Let's keep the party going as long as we're going. Ruby and Vilno from Germany. Germany got knocked out from the World Cup by Spain. I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was a pretty good one. Spain seems to be the favored team to win the Euro Cup now, based on the latest analysis that I've been doing. Not that I've been watching any of the games, but I've been playing fantasy football, of course, and I have to say I've been enjoying getting back in the fray in the fantasy football sport. It is indeed one of the more intellectually stimulating activities there is, um, in addition to, yeah, way more stimulating than Oscar predicting, for example, which is mostly a bunch of bullshit if you think about it. And yeah, so we after he played A6, I felt more comfortable playing B4. If he hadn't played it, then I would be a bit more concerned about a straightaway A5, because it's definitely a key idea to challenge this, but he hasn't done that. I'm gonna try to sink the knight in here. Of course, it didn't happen. All right. All right. So it's a pretty interesting position. He's got some stuff going on here, but the knight doesn't look like it's gonna get put out of place so easily. Yeah, bishop here maybe, so that I can capture back with the bishop. Uh, Maybe I can dilute everything and then win this pawn. Let's see. I have to calculate. I get trapped with the rook at the end, so doesn't quite work. But how about I just win this pawn with a check? Yeah. That was. How long was that just waiting out there for? For ages. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's first capture the check. I think that could be a subtle intermezzo here. I was just I haven't fully calculated it, but it seemed like that. Now, should I get the queen in here? It might force a queen trade, otherwise it can get pretty dangerous for him. Force a queen trade and then try to grind down to a winning endgame, which is what it is. Plus pawn advantage. Um, I think we'll take that. Or yeah, better just play it safe, play it simple. Don't try to be too fancy in a blitz game when you're low on time, especially. Mm. But you gotta handle some of this pressure. You gotta gain some tempo in the position. You're been behind too much a little bit here. He's always gotten on the run. Now a key moment in the game, and I guess I do have to take it. And I don't have an awesome move. So we're under time pressure, and positional pressure, but we're materially up. So it seems. But not anymore. Not anymore. There's a nasty little trap here if I don't play the intermezzo attack, or, well, it's just a nasty game altogether. Totally starting to slip away from white now. Um, totally starting to slip away from white. Mm, maybe here would have been better. Game is slipping away, but we're gonna fight on. It's never easy to convert these kind of positions, and we're not gonna make it easy. Oh shit, that's a blunder. That is the game, I'm afraid. Pawn endgame like this is impossible to manage. I think I'd need to get really lucky to survive this endgame. Yeah, yeah, it's just a losing position. Capture, 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 and the king. You see, he's already got the right idea with trying to get the king into the position and winning the game, shepherding the extra pawns through, while I'm left struggling to these two pawns against this one. So good game, good game. Let's have a look. Pretty good opening setup. And totally going in my favor here. Like, the game totally in my favor at this point, but maybe the simplifications were a tad excessive. Like, I'm diluting a lot of my advantage. Um, Definitely an error in that regard. I should have played it differently. In that instead, I turned it into this tricky endgame. The queen is needed. Rook endgames are just tricky, and unfortunately, on this occasion, uh, I learned that lesson the hard way, and my opponent was pretty tough. Just a very tense position all through. Gained the pawn there. It's still an even game, as you can see from the eval. But here, this bishop move here, this was the clincher. You see, this up until here, it's basically an even position because there's going to be enough counter compensation. It should be a draw, but here it allows for an endgame simplification. And pawn endgames, when you're up, the pawn is like very hard to win. Very hard for me to draw it. So yeah, cool. See you later.